All right, welcome into February, everyone. It's now time to get our cotton bales sold. And if the weather straightens up this afternoon, we will also get all of our fields planted. But if not, we can get those planted next month in March. So we'll run over, hook up to our trailer, and then we can get it loaded. We should be able to haul 2 bales at a time, so it'll take 3 trips. And as of right now, the GW Co-op is what's paying the highest price. So that is where we'll take these bales unless the price dips there and increases somewhere else. So that should work right there. Jump in the 7240. And we'll go ahead and get the first 2 bales loaded. So apparently I can't stab the bale. I don't know what's going on there. So we will cheat and use our super strength. So there's one. And there's 2. Get those strapped down. And we'll head to the GW Co-op to get these sold off here. Now, I have absolutely no idea why it wouldn't pick them up. It picked them up just fine in the fall. I have a hard time believing that the bale fork wouldn't work because, it's cold and the bales are frozen. That would be strange. So who knows? But we'll head to town, get these sold off, and get some money because we are sitting at $10,000. However, we missed a payment. We did not have enough money to make our payment last month, so we're not so the bank's not very happy with us at all, and we have to pay a 5% penalty for missing that payment. So this month we'll have a higher penalty and a higher payment, and that is a problem. All right, we're getting pulled into the GW Co-op here. Oh, I hope I fit under the door. Oof, barely. We did rub a little bit on the back end of the bale, but that's okay. Get these unstrapped. All right, we made $151,850 for our first 2 bales. Not bad. So we'll do this 2 more times. And we'll be sitting, pretty for a minute, but we have a lot of payments to make. And those payments are going to hurt for a while. We've still got just a shade over a year of payments on the cotton picker. And we've still got, 12-ish months or 12. And we've still got 12 years of mortgage payments to make yet. So we're far from done making payments. All right, I'm going to give this tractor another try here. I have no idea what that was last time. I don't get it. Interesting. Okay, so it won't pick the bales up. Yeah, I don't understand that. Picked them up just fine this fall. So whatever. I guess I will just load all these up using the super strength. That's, fine. It's annoying. Trying to do it the right way here, but I guess we'll do it this way instead. All right, get those strapped down, and we'll head back to town for round number 2. And the GW co-op is still paying the best price by far. It's honestly not even close. Oh, 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 come on, come on. Oh God, I think we're stuck. Come on, come on. All right, well, we can't fit through the door with 2 bales on this time. I don't know why, we fit last time, but can't fit this time. So we're going to have to manhandle these things through the door. All right, so there's that one. We just should be able to, just drive right through with this one, no problem. All right, so we're up to $314,000 after getting those 2 bales sold off. So we'll head back and pick up the last 2 bales and get those sold off next. All right, and once again, just like last time, can't get 2 bales through the door. So I'll have to carry one in and then we can pull the other one through. All right, so that bale's sold. And we'll pull this one through, get this one sold, and we'll be done selling. All right, so we're at $465,000, almost $466,000. That looks like it's a lot of money. However, in the next 12 months, we're going to spend, with all of our monthly payments, it'll be almost $360,000, maybe $370,000. So really, we've only got about $100,000 to play with. That's not a whole lot of money to buy any more equipment or upgrade fields or anything like that. So we need to be very careful. I do not and cannot miss another payment. That really hurt us last month, missing that payment. So I'm going to be very careful about what we spend money on and how it gets spent this year. But next year, we should be able to sell, or we should be able to spend a lot of money in upgrading equipment and hopefully buying another field, maybe 2. Well, the weather never shaped up in February, so we didn't get any planting done. But now that we're in March, it is ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and get the planter filled up with seed and fertilizer, and we'll go ahead and get to planting here. And since the weather didn't shape up, I went ahead and went into the shop and found myself a new skid loader. So we bought the Bobcat 863, got a set of pallet forks and a bucket for it. And we can use this to move our pallets and stuff. That way I can stop using super strength. So while we're filling the planter here with seed, I went ahead and only bought the 1 Pro Box this year, since I know it'll be enough to get us through. So we won't have a much seed to return this year. So that's something we're going to have to, keep in mind, is that we're not getting money back for seed this year, or at least not much. So that is full. Go ahead and put the seed box back in the shop here, and then we can get to planting. Yeah, I got to say, the worst part about this year is going to be watching our money disappear. So we've got $401,000 right now, but that's just barely enough to cover 1 year worth of payments here. And yeah, it's going to disappear fast. So this year's going to be a little tight, but I think after this year, we're going to be sitting really, really good. I believe things should work out absolutely fantastic from here on out. Just got to get through this season. So we'll get this folded out, get our steering assist fired up, and we are ready to rock. So we'll get this fired up, drop it down. and we can get to planting here. So this little field won't take long. We'll get it hammered out in absolute no time. All right, well, we got our little field done. Moving over here into our big field on this side of the creek. And we'll get this one hammered out and move over to the other side of the creek and get those two fields done. All right, and with this pass, our planting for this season is officially done. So we can raise that up, shut it off, get it folded up, and we'll get this put away, and we're going to jump in the sprayer right away and make sure that we get our field sprayed here. You can see we're at 92% yield bonus. Probably don't need to be zoomed right in on my face like that. But, and this map seems really flat, but you can see there are rolling hills throughout these fields. This is something that surprised me and is a very nice touch, to be quite honest. So it does make it, that much more immersive and realistic when it does have those subtle changes to it and it's just not completely flat. But back on topic, we're going to go ahead and get our spraying done right away. I like to spray right after I plant, do it like it's a pre-emergence, and with FS25 that means you don't have weeds the entire year, so you never have a yield dip due to weed pressure. So we'll get this tractor put away, get in our sprayer, and get to spraying. All right, we got 33, almost 3,400 liters of herbicide on, and that should be enough to get all of this done. If I remember right, it was 2,400 liters to get all of our fields sprayed last year. So we'll get this thing folded out. We'll hammer out these fields real quick, and we'll be done with all of our spring field work. Well, I did not have enough herbicide. This is interesting. So last year, it took like 2,400 liters to spray all 4 of our fields here. I've sprayed, was it 3,300, something like that already, and I'm out. So that's interesting. Well, we're done spraying. As you can see, I have more herbicide than I started with, and that's because we ran out. Not sure what the difference was between this year and last year, but we used almost double the herbicide. So I had to run to town and get more herbicide for our fields this year. I genuinely have no idea what's going on. I don't know if, cultivating made a difference for last year and it caused me to not use as much herbicide or what. But yeah, we ended up spending another over $7,000 just on herbicide just so we could get finished. So yeah, that did not go the way I thought it would. But it's done, so I'm happy with that. And that brings us to the end of our spring field work for this year. So hopefully we get some pretty good yields again this year. And we'll make sure that we have enough money reserved to make all of our monthly payments for this year. And next year, we should be able to start expanding and expanding fast. All right, welcome into November. We're now ready to harvest our cotton. So we're going to get this machine fired up. So it took us about 4 hours last year to get all of our cotton harvested. So we're going to jump in, get this going, and maybe try and get done before 2 o'clock. I doubt it, but that's the goal. So we'll get this thing started and we'll head across the creek here. Get started over on that side. So we'll start out on our little patch here, just like we did last year. This thing fired up. Get our GPS rocking. And we can get to get to harvesting our cotton here. So we've still got $218,000, which is really good. However, we still have to get to February before we can sell our cotton bales. That's when they sell at their high. So we've still got quite a few monthly payments to make yet, but we're sitting good enough this year that I don't have to worry about running out of money or missing any payments, which is fantastic. And that means this next spring, we can really expand our operation and hopefully get some more fields and maybe even some more cotton harvesters here to make this process a little bit quicker. All right, well, it's about 3 o'clock. We're done with our harvest. We've got our cotton bales moved into the shed here, and we got 6 of them again this year, like we did last year. So that worked out great. And apparently, I'm not very good at stacking bales. Well, it is what it is. So this is the end of harvest for this year. We're sitting at $217,000, which is pretty good, but like I said earlier, we still have payments to make before February. So we got to be careful what we're spending money on for now. I'm not going to do any fall tillage or fertilizing this year. I'm going to wait until next spring, and hopefully we have some more fields. But until then, I'll see you guys when it's time to sell these cotton bales off. All right, well, it is February, and we're ready to sell off our cotton bales. The GW Co-op is the best price again, so that's where we're going to take these bales. And I laid them down on their side this time, hoping maybe we can actually get through the door and not have to kind of cheat it through like I did last year to get through the doorway. But, if we have to do it that way, we have to do it that way. All right, moment of truth. Will 2 bales fit? Barely. But yes, they did. So we're starting out at 151,000. That's what we have left over from last year. So I can't wait to see where we end up. Oh, and 2 bales is 151,000. Perfect. So we'll head back, get the next 2 bales, and get those sold off as well. All right, get pulled in here. This is load number 2. Another 151,000, so we're up to 454,000. And we'll go back, get the other 2 bales, and we'll be done selling for this year. All right, and load number 3. So we're all the way up to 605,000. That is awesome. We're definitely expanding our operation, and I can't wait to see what fields we can come up with here. Welcome into March, everyone. We made some big changes here. Big changes. We moved across the county. We're up in the northwest corner of the county now instead of the southeast corner. And that's mainly because the land up here does not have as many trees. We're able to get more farmable acres up in this area and not have to turn this into logging simulator, because I absolutely hate logging. I was going to spend, honestly, probably a couple of days cutting down trees trying to equal the same amount of farmable land that we have up here. So I sold every bit of property we had down there and we moved up here. And if we take a look at our map here, you can see we own this entire top corner here. So we've got a lot of acres up here, a lot more acres than we had. So we expanded immensely on how many farmable acres we have. And we're going to be expanding some more here. So we'll do a quick little tour of the new farm here. And unfortunately, this little shed or this little carport and that shed there are not removable. So we're stuck with them. So we just will put them to use. But as you can see, I put up a new shop in here. Much bigger, easier to get all of our equipment into. And this is the house. Pretty nice little setup here. Not real big, but big enough. And we'll run back out here. And we have all of our equipment stored down here in this butler shed. Oh, I guess as I'm running by here, yeah, we got a new cultivator. We don't necessarily need it, but I hate the way it looks when we direct drill. It drives me nuts. So we are going to be cultivating. That way we can get the planted lines and it actually looks halfway decent. We were also able to pick up a John Deere Ripper, which we're going to be putting to use right away, as we do have some expanding I want to do and some field combining some fields that I want to get done. So down here in our butler shed, you can see we got our 7240 cotton harvester sprayer. We've seen all those, but I also picked up this Ford 1156, and that's what we'll be using to get our fields cultivated and do all the ripping. So we've made some big changes here, and we have 220,000 left over. That's enough to make this year's payments, and that's about it. So we're still on the verge of being broke. I hope this is going to work out. Harvesting is going to suck without multiple harvesters, but there's not much I can do about it. As you can see, we got lots of fields that need to be worked. Some of them need lime, some of them need fertilizer. So we're going to get to it, but that will be in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching. And if you like what you're seeing, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode.